Hey, buddy. Not interested in the feather? No feather for you? Okay, not interested. What about you? Are you interested in the feather? Have we lost love for the feather now that I have 10 of them? No feather? No feather! Not interested in the feather. Alright. Hey guys, I realized I never showed you the mobile I bought in Columbus. This is one of the 3 cats. So you can see it's made of like a plastic or a PVC, and it's almost jointed. As it moves, it kind of wiggles. And then there's a gray kitty up here. And then there's a third kitty, a little bit lighter gray here. And there's this little plastic ball that sort of helps balance everything out. And I don't know where it's going to end up in the house, but I just love it. The fact that there were 3 cats just kind of tickled my fancy, and one of them was all black, just made it a must have, and I'm super glad that I bought it. I don't know where I'm putting it yet, but I love it. Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. I'm filming this again. This is my 3rd go around. Let's see if this works. Each and every time I've tried to film, I've raised my hand into the view of the camera, and my lanyard was in my hand with my company name all over it. Now, you all know who I work for, and I've let it slip before, but I shouldn't be so sloppy. But hey, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. It is 8:50 in the evening on December 4th. I know, it's Vlogmas. I should have filmed something today. I didn't. I couldn't bring myself to do a question and answer video today. I just didn't have the energy. I didn't really have the energy to do much. I hardly ate anything. I barely drank any water. What I really did was just nap on and off all day long with the cats. Doesn't that sound sumptuous? Doesn't that sound like luxury to you? Oh my God. The older Buddy gets, the more he appreciates a good snuggle. Isn't that true for everybody? But he spent a fair amount of time in bed with me today, and Eleanor popped in and out for some fun. But yeah, just kind of hung out around the house all day long. So today's Vlogmas is going to be tonight's work trip. So I'm going to be flying to Boston tonight. My check-in is at 9:43, something like that. So I'm early. I'm going to try and get some coffee. Then we fly to Boston. I got one leg. I'm going to be flying. I'm the middle in terms of seniority. So if the more senior person doesn't want to fly lead, I'll fly lead. Otherwise, I'll fly position C again, like I did my last trip. And then I'll meet you in Boston. We'll have a little debrief. And if anything comes to mind, I'll share something with you. But that's it so far. My Vlogmas, if you've not watched Vlogmases with me, or Vlogtobers with me, I couldn't think of what they're called. I don't film anything in advance. I film whatever's happening that day or whatever's on my mind that day. One of the reasons I upload so late in the day frequently is that I have to wait for the day to be over before I film something and then upload it. A lot of other folks will film stuff in advance or put things together in advance and have it all timed and ready to go. I am not that prepared, and I just fly by the seat of my pants, which is my life. So if you're into that, I will see you in a few minutes. All right, bye. It's a beautiful sunrise. So pretty. Hello, Boston. Hey guys, hi. Let's get you set up in the windowsill here. Hi. Welcome to Boston. So that flight from Vegas to Boston was 4 hours and 41 minutes. It felt roughly like a week. It felt like a very long flight. Of course, that's a red eye. Everyone was dead asleep. I mean, there were a few times you had to walk through the cabin, and every single person on the plane was like, it was sort of amusing. It almost looked like a horror story, you know, like all the dead people, and it was very spooky. The flight was really smooth. We really didn't experience a lot of turbulence, which made the fact that so many people got sick on the plane a little unusual, because it usually requires some sort of turbulence to get people's
bodies to react like that. But coming on board, we had one young lady who said she was feeling a little queasy. She did get sick before we closed the boarding door. Usually, I would call a CRO, a complaint resolution officer, I think that's what it's called, to check her out and see if she's okay to fly. But she did seem okay, and she really did say, you know, I'm okay, just so we let her fly. 20 minutes into the flight, this Portuguese family, young Portuguese family with this little boy, they don't speak a word of English, teeny tiny bit of Spanish, so my chaser was able to try and translate a little bit, but the little boy was not feeling well and lethargic and sickly, and that little boy also got sick. Thankfully, we had a bag at the ready. And thankfully, I found a passenger on board that spoke Portuguese, so she was able to come on over, and we were able to find out what's going on. So the family was okay. And then this row 4, this young lady who I was having a wonderful chat with, she came up, and she really needed a big plastic bag, and she needed a big plastic bag. I mean, because the volume, I mean, I know I talk a lot about vomit on the aircraft, but you know, as a flight attendant, it happens fairly often. But yeah, she got very, very, very sick. But with that, outside of that, I should say, largely a drama-free flight. So there's a silver lining there. 4 hours, 41 minutes. Our van was here to pick us up immediately, which is great. I had breakfast. I ate too much. But I'm going to go to bed in a few minutes, I think, and see what happens today. I'm not quite sure if I'm leaving the room or not. It's cold, but it's a beautiful day, so we'll see. This Vlogmas video was very short. I'm thinking I might go to my bag and get my little book and maybe answer one good question on this video for a little bit more content, a reason for you to watch this video other than hear about people getting sick on an airplane. So hold on one sec. Let me see if I can find a good question for you. All right there. So I got a bunch of questions, and there's some new ones in my comment section that I want to write down so I can address those at some point. If you have any questions for me, feel free, leave a comment below in the comment section. Be it a personal question, I answer almost anything. A professional, about the cats, feel free, ask anything. I usually answer stuff, I don't care. So Susie W asked me, do we get breaks on long flights? Now, in my airline, no, we don't, because we don't fly long haul flights, and so a long flight for us would be like 5.5 hours, 6 hours. That's a very long flight for us, so we don't get breaks. But you know, we usually have 4, maybe even 5 flight attendants. So at any point, if one person wants to sit down and eat a meal or just take a break or needs a moment, the other flight attendants around can sort of, you know, cover for them. So if we need a little, you know, time for ourselves, we can certainly take it. There's no one's watching us with a clock saying, hey, you need to be at your jump seat XYZ. Some other larger airlines, a lot of legacy airlines that fly international, for example, they will have assigned breaks where they actually have a place on the aircraft they can sleep. They have like a little bunk. That's not us. No, we charge for bottles of water, never mind actually having something like a place for a flight attendant to sleep, a little more luxurious than us. So no, I don't get a break, so to speak, on my flights. But my airline, as you know who I work for, we charge for everything in terms of like drinks, snacks, things like that. So our service is relatively simple. We go through with our carts, we sell stuff. Most people say no thank you because we charge for stuff. They don't want to spend the money. So, but beyond service, like a snack or beverage service, a trash run, or an aisle walk, there really isn't a lot for us to do on the aircraft. I've heard coworkers say that they get bored. So yeah, so we don't really need breaks. It would be nice to not have to answer a call bell, but Da-da-da. Now, someone else, I think this is a question I did not have a chance to write down in my book. It might be under my comment section right now, but someone asked, how do I stay awake during a red eye? Now, today is a perfect example of staying awake on a red eye. A lot of my trips start with a red eye, so what I'll do is I'll start the day off with a nap. I try to wake up relatively early that day so I can take a nap later on in the afternoon, giving myself 2 or 3 hours before I have to leave the house so I can take care of the cat's needs, the litter boxes, the water bowls, the fountains, the food stations. Just make sure everything is good. Make sure the plants are watered. But I take a good solid nap. It's at least an hour, hour and a half. Then I get to work. I usually have a cup of coffee because that's, a nice way to get me started. And then during the flight, usually it's not that bad because a red eye for me is usually about 4 or 5 hours. I can usually stay awake for that long. But I will keep myself occupied by playing a game on my work device. They only allow us to play 2 different games, but or I'll read a book. I might grab a Diet Coke here or there just to give myself a little bit of caffeine. Or let me show you what I often will use. So this is something I buy at the Dollar General. I think it's called Jet Alert. It's NoDoz if you are of my generation. It's basically caffeine. This is 100 milligrams per tablet, and the tablets are really teeny. They're tiny, little teeny things. So it's 100 milligrams, which is around the same as like a Red Bull or something, or a large cup of coffee. So if I'm feeling like my eyes are rolling in my skull and I just want to close my eyes just for a minute, and I have at least an hour and a half left in the flight, I might take one of these just to kind of keep myself up. That's how I usually survive a red eye. Yeah. Ta-da, there you go. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to thank you very much for joining me today on Vlogmas Day 4, even though officially it is right now Day 5. So this is the end of 4. I will see you later on for Day 5, okay? Have a great day. I'm jumping in bed. Good night. Fly safe.